Connecticut 37-1 all-time in this building. The only loss a couple of seasons ago to Louisville as Edwards tips it back. Must be able to flag it down, though, for UNC. Crowd will stand here until Connecticut scores. As this functions as a de facto home game for the Huskies. Kelly's pull-up is good. There you go.
There's the mid-range. So good there. And Connecticut with a small lineup. This is a lineup they started their last game for the first time this season.
You see today's starting lineup brought to you by Invesco QQQ.
Essentially, Paige Bueckers is the 4 with this lineup.
Edwards can't hit, and the rebound tilts out of bounds to North Carolina. Here's UNC's Invesco QQQ starting lineups. Lexi Donarski coming off a huge performance, scoring 22 points, 6 of 8 from 3 last time out. Kelly gets it away to India Navarre. Down low, Usby traveled, and UNC turns it over.
But that's something that North Carolina worked on in their practice last night. They really feel like Usby will have the advantage because of the small lineup that UConn is running, that she will have a smaller defender on her and can post them up.
Edwards just dropped it there into the lap of Deja Kelly. Pushing pace for UNC. Kelly flips it in with the left hand. But Connecticut needs to score to give these fans a chance to sit. Edwards does just that.
Aaliyah Edwards has been very efficient the last couple of games. That's what we got accustomed to a season ago.
Kelly gets the roll. Strong start for Deja Kelly, who listened to your scouting report on herself.
I mean, how about Deja Kelly? She came out looking to score.
Edwards kicks. Ashlyn Shade. No. Long rebound. 10 to shoot. Usby fires it. Taken by Griffin. Third turnover already for North Carolina. Arnold jitters into the paint and gets the whistle. KK Arnold a quick first step, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
This particular Connecticut lineup can have an advantage. Well, they shouldn't have to be in, especially on the first shot.
No. Edwards gets ready to check back in. It's a timeout, right? Because you're able to quick communicate something to your entire team. And it's going to lengthen the game, because then every time you're trying to get 5 players back down there.
So does a monitor review, and we have plenty of those usually.
Bueckers slides a beautiful pass that Edwards could not handle. That's why it's a team effort, as that clearly hits the leg of Usby. Bueckers slides it in, plus the foul. A chance for 3 for Paige Bueckers.
So twice, what did we see? We've seen on-ball screens with Aaliyah Edwards and Paige Bueckers. It's the out-of-bounds play here. Really difficult to defend. How do you handle it? And no hedge out because you have to stay with Edwards. And then Bueckers, a really nice job finishing with a heck of a lot of contact.
Navarre picks up the personal, her first. Bueckers on the season averaging 19 points. The earliest in Connecticut's history that they have ever had 3 losses.
Certainly UConn with their smaller lineup will extend their full court pressure.
And Kelly nearly lost it. Already 5 turnovers from UNC. Usby into the corner, catch fire, no good for Navarre, and Griffin the rebound, and Usby picks up her second.
North Carolina team that has been very, very good on the defensive end this season. Their offense can come and go.
They need to give Bueckers shots here on the foul from Donarski. Start of the try, Rebecca.
Yeah,
I think that's 3 free throws for Paige Bueckers.
Yes, it is.
So they call Usby for that foul. It is her 3rd. Wait, hold on a second. This is clearly not Usby. That is very clearly Donarski. So that's going to get changed. The coaching staff is trying to figure it out right now with the officials. And Billy Smith is assuring, now this is just me trying to interpret body language from across the floor, but it seemed to me Billy Smith was assuring the UNC assistants, no, that foul was on Donarski, because they were saying, whoa, they just announced Usby. Donarski can't hit, rebound Edwards. So regardless of what gets announced, at some point that will get cleaned up, and Usby will just have 2. Shade connects on a 3. Kelly trying to fend off Arnold, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Connecticut relying so much more on its freshman class than they anticipated, thanks to all those injuries that Holly highlighted at the outset. Griffin got free and lays it in. Here's Kelly, low pass. Handled, the push shot won't go from Navarre. And now Nika Mule pushing pace for Connecticut. Mule, who set a program assist record a season ago, as Bueckers has a knocked out of bounds. UNC has not scored in the last 6 minutes and 5 seconds. Over their last 7 and add in some missed shots. Turnovers. Wow! What a finish! Paige Bueckers on the diving reverse. Renaya Kelly knocks in the jumper. And that ends a 13-0 Connecticut run. Here's Griffin veering, taking, missing. Rebound, Gakdeng to Renaya Kelly. 7 to shoot. Kelly the crossover. Into the paint she goes. Left it short. Gakdeng on the follow. Shade. Fires along 2 and knocks it down. No fist pump that time.
I think the only 3s are worthy of the fist pump.
Right. If the foot's on the line, the fist pump stays in the holster. Shot clock is turned off. Kelly taken away. Mule got to it. Edwards racing to the cup. The fling is away and just short from Renaya Kelly. Start of the second quarter, Ryan Rucco and a couple of Hall of Famers, Rebecca Lobo and Holly Rowe with you. As Usby is back on the floor. She sat the last 5 minutes of that first. Picked up 2 fouls and was erroneously assigned a 3rd. As Bueckers finishes over Donarski, they just fixed that. You wonder if she would have been on the floor or not, because with 2 early, there's a good chance she's on the bench regardless.
Yes.
Connecticut has been on an extended 19-4 run. Donarski catch, fire, and hit on a gorgeous pass from Gakdeng. Arnold zipping into the paint, flips it in.
This little in-state rivalry.
Donarski, good looking shot. The transfer from Iowa State. And coming up with a steal is Usby. 7th turnover from Connecticut. Here is Kelly. She got it. Nice response from UNC. It's a 5-point game. Bueckers. Five to shoot. Bueckers. 2 to shoot. Bueckers leaning and hitting.
That possession, though, is one of the things we've seen from Connecticut more this season than in the past. A lot of standing around, not a ton of touches by a variety of players, and then Bueckers bailing them out.
Oh, nice lead from Kelly to Gakdeng for 2. Renaya Kelly's looked good since coming in.
Been really, really good. Impactful.
Meanwhile, Bueckers with 11. Arnold can't finish it. Edwards, no. Rebound, Gakdeng. Usby through the traffic, and Connecticut needs a timeout.
to his point, just 4 first-half assists so far.
100%, Holly. And there's the elbow action you're talking about, getting the entry into the elbow player, which there was Aubrey Griffin.
Mule steps into a 3 and knocks it down. I'm just amazed at the professionalism of Holly Rowe to be able to give that report with the band bearing down on her.
Truly.
She had trumpets on her shoulder. Here's Usby, unable to finish on the follow.
But they still need cutters. When the ball goes to the elbow, there's usually a strong side cutter going to the basket.
Samuels and Mule get a little jumbled up there. Ice Brady in for Connecticut. Jab step, jumper, no. You know, I'm going to talk to us today about how if Ice Brady doesn't hit her first shot, sometimes she can struggle a little with confidence. As Usby gets a second crack at it here, not shy, why not? Good cut there. That's what you're talking about with the elbow action, and Brady fed it. No finish on the inside from Griffin, though. Perhaps related. The Fever win the first overall pick. The WNBA draft. That's the Cheap Halftime Report. Gakdeng lays it in. Connecticut was up by 11. And UNC has completely erased it. 21-10 was that UConn lead. Samuels hops, dishes, out of bounds. And that is the 8th Connecticut turnover of the first half. Usby stops and lays it in. UNC, its first lead since it was 6-5. Gorgeous dime from Mule to Samuels for 2.
Great job by the freshman to run the floor, and then Nika Mule can certainly deliver it to open teammates.
That is knocked into the backcourt. Edwards after it, so is Kelly. And Kelly touched it while out of bounds, so it's Connecticut basketball. Deja and Raya Kelly, Gakdeng, Donarski, and Usby for UNC. Edwards, backdoor, Bueckers for 2.
Very effective elbow action here in the second quarter, Ryan.
That was a foretelling report from Holly Rowe. Deja Kelly, there's that mid-range.
I mean, she's money from the mid-range.
Bueckers gets position, waits, and finishes. Bueckers with 15 points on 6 of 7 shooting, and Mule doing a much better job. Kelly muscling through and gets the whistle.
That was on Mule.
That's what I'm confused about as well. It looked like it was Arnold who was guarding Kelly. Now they did just switch the call.
Yeah,
Well, I don't even know if it was on Arnold. But if it was on somebody on UConn, it was on Arnold. 7 to shoot. Bueckers fading away. No. Rebound. Out of bounds off of Edwards. UCLA, the number 2 team in the nation, beating Florida State in the opener. Number 1 South Carolina holding off number 11 Utah in the second game. Here, number 17 UConn, a 1-point lead on number 24 UNC. Kelly, great look, and Gakdeng lays it in.
Gakdeng with a great job posting up to clear Edwards out and have that space to get the easy 2.
10 rebounds, 10 points, 8 rebounds in this first half for Gakdeng.
Gakdeng.
Nicely done. Here comes Navarre, dipping inside, and it's steered away. Bueckers running the break. Bounces to Arnold, who gets blocked, but Bueckers there for the follow. 17 in this first half from Paige Bueckers. She has 10 in the second quarter. And a 1-point Connecticut lead. And a foul here as Kelly gets hit, and we'll go to the line.
Oh, she got smacked right in the face.
Yeah. And a foul given to Ashlyn Shade, her first. And Kelly misses the first free throw. Gets the second. Anya Poole checks in for Kelly for this final possession. Here's Mule. Over to Bueckers, who's had a huge first half. Bueckers posting, dishing. Edwards can't hit. And that'll do it for the first half. Fun action in Uncasville.
North Carolina coach Banghart talking to Alyssa Utsby before this game started, or before this half started. She wants her to be a little bit more balanced off of her attack. I think they're sensing that they have an advantage in the post right now. And then I saw their other assistant working with Gakdeng to go over her shoulder and attack the shoulder of the UConn defender better. One big note, though, Renaya Kelly will not return after that hit.
Here is Bueckers laying it in for her 1,000th career point. Paige Bueckers, her 1,000th career point on a running layup to open the second half. Arnold jitters and gets blocked out of bounds, but a foul. And here is our play of the game, brought to you by Invesco QQQ. Paige Bueckers with her 1,000th career point.
Paige Bueckers attacking the rim, getting to 1,000. Defense to offense, ends up on her back. But how about this young woman? She has just been able to hit from everywhere today.
I mean, today she has looked like vintage Paige. 19 points, 8 of 10 from the floor, and tied for the fastest in UConn history.
She has played lead guard for them in 7 games this season.
Back iron, no. On the 3 from Navarre. Paulina Paris also out for UNC. Here's Arnold. She got it on a 3. KK Arnold, who entered this game just 3 of 5 thus far this season from downtown. Now Bueckers on the steal. Bueckers lays it in.
Defensive energy to start the first 2 minutes here of the third quarter. Paige Bueckers scooping it through. This young woman now has 1,002.
And she ties Maya Moore for the fewest games in program history to reach 1,000 career points. Benarski can't hit. Good start to this third for Connecticut. An 8-0 burst out of the gates. Bueckers slings it. Mule. You bet.
That was a really nice assist.
Yeah, Holly, and it's such a good point. AZ Fudd done for the season. Caroline Ducharme, we don't really know when she's come back. She already lost a couple of bigs. She said it also taught her how to keep those players involved, realizing what she liked while she was out, what she experienced as an injured player.
One of the hardest things when you're injured is not feeling a part of the team, and so she said in particular when it comes to AZ Fudd and Ducharme, she's going to do the best she can to make sure they still have that feeling of being involved.
There's Shade fading. No. Rebound taken on the run by Utsby. Utsby sees a seam, dashes inside. What a rejection.
And go get that basketball after my beautiful block.
That's got to be Paige's most ferocious block of her career. Mule short. Bueckers getting in the way of Navarre. Oh, Deja Kelly separates, can't finish. KK Arnold and Deja Kelly have been going at it all game long, but a very physical defensive matchup.
Look at Paige Bueckers coming from the weak side, elevates, long arms. And then afterwards, like, how come nobody went and got that for me? When they can make it, have their defense turn into offense. We've seen some opportunities for them to get steals and pushing the other way. When their offense was least fluid in the first half was the really short period of time where Aaliyah Edwards.
Bueckers banks it up and in. What a beautiful finish. Paige Bueckers has made some incredibly tough buckets today. Donarski lines it up. No. Rebound on the interior and the putback. 13th meeting all time between these teams. Connecticut's won 5 straight. Mule shovels it out. Bueckers connects. Six on 11 of 13 shooting for Bueckers.
The only thing she hadn't done today offensively was make a 3, and here just steps into it, drains it.
Really hope she comes out. We saw the lottery earlier today. Indiana the first pick, LA the second, and Phoenix and Seattle. Inside, Gakdeng able to finish. You see Bueckers versus the rest of the Connecticut team. And, you know, that is going to be part of their story moving forward, is the load that Paige Bueckers has to endure because of the rest of the injury. As Edwards finishes on the interior.
She comes into the game, and right away UConn runs some elbow action.
Kelly can't finish. Here comes Bueckers. Bueckers swivels. Backs it out. Wasn't going to be enticed into a heat check. Here's the elbow action with Edwards. Edwards cuts through beautifully. Rebecca, if despite their injuries, you would think it's going to go through performances like today from Paige Bueckers. Maybe not 11 of 13, but where she is just by far and away the most dominant player on the floor. Donarski loses it. Last hit. Donarski. And this small lineup. Mule works baseline, good shovel. Edwards drops it in. Navarre gets it back to Deja Kelly. Deja 4 of 10 from the floor, and an offensive foul. That's going to be the 15th UNC turnover. Peyton and Eli will be on ESPN2 breaking down both games with limited commercial interruptions. Everything is also on ESPN+. Edwards can't pop it in. Griffin does, plus the foul. Remember, these teams were tied at the half. As Griffin outscored UNC 24-10 in this third quarter. Usby can't bank it in. Knocked back to her, shovels underneath. Put back won't go. Usby, another chance here. Navarre left it short and knew it, but Griffin ends up with a rebound. Remember, as Holly told us, UNC, without Renaya Kelly in this second half, she made such a difference off the bench in the first half. Already playing without Paulina Paris and Kayla McPherson. Edwards, deep catch, holds it high, banks it in.
Especially when Paige Bueckers is out of the game, Aaliyah Edwards needs to be the scoring anchor for Connecticut.
A 10-0 Connecticut run and a foul. And Poole misses the first. Anya Poole, a senior now, is part of Courtney Banghart's first recruiting class at UNC. See North Carolina, 2 of 7 from the line as a team, and get that one to drop. Griffin gets it out. Ewell wide open. She got it. Third 3 of the game for Nika Mule. UNC hurrying, but the shot clock's turned off. They do get a layup as Usby lays it in. A lot of time left, though, for Connecticut to operate. Arnold step back, no, and that will do it for the third quarter. Connecticut, a big third. They outscore UNC 29-13. That's a manageable number when you're playing as small as Connecticut is if you're receiving all the other benefits of it. On the reverse, nice finish there from Navarre.
And even with North Carolina in terms of points in the paint.
Turnover here. Mule tried to squeeze it in traffic. Usby busts in, can't finish. Griffin comes back to strong hand the rebound. He gets fouled.
One of the things with Connecticut offensively this season that's been different from seasons in the past is they're only averaging 15 assists per game.
Right.
I mean, this is a team that's been in the top 10 for the past 2 decades when it comes to sharing the basketball.
And it's not hyperbole. That is literal. Other than the last couple turnovers, it's like it's been a better game for Nika Mule. Who has 9 points. Good atmosphere here for the final game of this triple header as Deja Kelly gets it to drop. Bueckers. No. Edwards, the offensive rebound. No. Usby comes away with it for North Carolina. Kelly can't push it in. Gakdeng gets whacked. Gakdeng, her first free throws of the day. It's the first. Holly.
You know, North Carolina under Courtney Banghart is making some steady progress. Of course, they'd like it to be going faster, but she's in her 5th season. She came from the Ivy League, and many of the seniors on this team signed as her first class.
Mule fading. No. Rebound, Donarski. Under 5 minutes to go in this fourth. Donarski at 3 is good. It's a 10-point game.
They continue to slow down the pace because they've got the lead, but I feel like that has taken them out of the offensive rhythm they've had earlier in this game.
Rebecca, it's such a great point. It feels like they've spent the entire fourth quarter trying to bleed clock. Edwards, back iron, no. I mean, and as a result, they've scored just 3 points.
5.5-minute scoring drought.
Gakdeng, center of the lane, pivots, gets denied by Edwards. Out to Donarski, she got it.
And part of that, this last possession was 3/4 court pressure by North Carolina, but not the previous possessions.
Shot clock's down to 6 here. Arnold with it down to 4. Arnold with it at 2, gives it up. Edwards knocks it down. Well, that was the ideal scenario for Connecticut. Use the entire shot clock and finish it with a bucket. Usby dips in and finishes. Usby, the 4th member of UNC in double figures today. Mule finds Edwards. Good movement. Bueckers won't take. Extra feed. Mule connects. Fourth 3 of the day for Nika Mule. And that was a huge one. For the first time in this game. Navarre dumps it to Mule. UNC turns it over. They've done so 19 times, a season high. Mule now certainly going to try and run some more clock, and a foul underneath. That's on Gakdeng, and she is fouled out. A lot to like for Maria Gakdeng today, though.
Yeah, she gets a standing ovation from the North Carolina crowd. She certainly came out, played hard, was impactful, used her size well inside.
Aaliyah Edwards misses the first free throw. Edwards scored just 4 points in the first half. Has 9 here in the second.
Another double-double for Aaliyah Edwards, her 2nd consecutive.
Hits the second free throw, 1:24 to go. Connecticut lead is back to 12. Deja Kelly back in. She's been held to 5 of 13 shooting in this game. Kelly able to separate from Mule. Navarre Navarre on the spin, lays it in, beautifully done by India Navarre under a minute to go. Some pressure from North Carolina. Arnold able to break it with Paige Bueckers. Not keeping her feet in bounds on the midcourt line. Edwards finishes. That should do it here in Connecticut. Edwards, a big second half. 12 points since halftime. Rebound to Bueckers. 2-second difference game and shot clock. What a performance for Paige Bueckers. 26 points on 11 of 14 shooting. A career high 4 blocks, was all over the floor. Edwards has the pass deflected. Gets it back. And a shot clock violation. 2.3 left. And that will do it. Connecticut handles North Carolina 76-64. The final at Mohegan Sun.